Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda 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 Gopala 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 Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha Jaya Radha Shyam Sundar Radha Shyam Sundar Radha Shyam Sundar Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Krishna Balaram Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Vrindavana Dham Jaya Vrindavana Dham Vrindavana Dham Jaya Vrindavana Dham Jaya Gauranika 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 Jaya Gauranika Jaya Nityananda 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 Jaya Nityananda Jaya Ekachakradham Jaya Ekachakradham Ekachakradham Jaya Ekachakradham Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya 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 Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitya Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitya Gaura जय श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय श्री पतित पावन नित्यानंद राम की जय श्री नित्यानंद त्रयोदशी महामहोत्सव की जय श्री एकचक्र धाम की जय श्री इस्कॉन गुरु वृंद की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जगत गुरु श्री प्रभुपाद की जय श्री गौर सिद्धनाथ प्रेमानंदी all glory to Sambhadodis all glories to Sambhadodis all glories to Sambhadodis all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga all glories to Prabhupada all glories to Guru Maharaj ki ஆல்டர் நம்ம பண்ண போகிறோம்.
யூஸ் பண்ணுறேன் உட்டில். அது நீங்கள் கன்ஃபரன்ஸ் பண்ணலாம்.
என்ன இதில் பண்ணுற உட்டில் தானே? ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. ஓம் நமோ பகவதே வாசுதேவாய. ஓம் நமோ பகவதே வாசுதேவாய. ஓம் நமோ பகவதே வாசுதேவாய. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. जय श्री नित्यानंद महाप्रभु की जय. जय श्री नित्यानंद त्रयोदशी महामहोत्सव की जय. हरि ओम तत्सत.
போக யாராவது இன்னும் கொண்டு வந்திருக்காங்கன்னா இங்கே கொடுக்க சொல்லி ஒரே ஒரு வாட்டி சொல்லிட்டு.
Hare Krishna. If anybody has come with some bhoga to be offered to the Lord, please hand it over to the pujaris. Hare Krishna. So happy, blissful, transcendental, glorious, wonderful Nityananda Trayodasi ki. So today is the most auspicious appearance day of Shri Nityananda Prabhu. Now, some of you, if you are newcomers, you may wonder, who is this Nityananda Prabhu? So if you need to understand who is Nityananda Prabhu, then we need to connect with Lord Krishna. That is how it works. Can you speak about Krishna without referring to any devotees? Is it possible? You are given some 15 minutes time. You have to speak about Krishna, some pastimes of Krishna. But you should not mention even one devotee's name. Is that possible? No. It's not possible. Now you are given 15 minutes time. You have to speak about some devotees' pastimes. But you cannot mention Krishna's name. Is that possible? So that means Krishna and his devotees are interconnected. Isn't it? There is no Krishna without Vaishnavas, and there are no Vaishnavas without Krishna. So if we need to understand who is Lord Nityananda, We need to start from Lord Krishna. And Krishna likes his name to be associated with the devotees, because he is Bhakta Valsala. That is why when you go for taking darshan of Balaji, which is the favorite name of Krishna that you chant? Did not hear. Did not hear. Yes. So why we chant Govinda's name? Because Govinda means who is the protector of cows, who gives pleasure to cows, Gomata. So Krishna likes whenever he is associated with his devotees. Long back, there was one devotee, his name was Alavandar. So one day, Alavandar's guru told him, there is a great yogi, devotee. His name is Kurugai Kavalappan. You go and learn the secret of yoga from that devotee. He is an expert in yoga system. So what is the speciality of this Kurugai Kavalappan? He has perfected the yoga system. That means when he closes his eyes, Krishna will immediately give darshan in his heart. As soon as he closes his eyes, he can have the vision of Krishna. If you close your eyes, what vision you will get? Underground. Andhakar. Completely dark. Isn't it? So we are another group of devotees. Andhakar devotees. But then this devotee, if he closes his eyes, he can immediately get darshan of. So then this Alavandar, he approached this Kurugai Kavalappan's ashram. He is staying in a very small hut in his ashram. So he wanted to learn this yoga system. So when he approached, this Kurugai Kavalappan was deep in meditation, was completely, engrossed in Krishna's Smarana. He closed his eyes, and inside his heart, he could see Krishna, Shyam Sundara. So he is in a very blissful state. And the speciality of his yoga system is, when he closes his eyes, Krishna will appear in his heart. He will look at Krishna and Krishna will look at him. Kannod kann set. Their eyes immediately get locked. Have you experienced this during your younger days when you are loving someone? You look at the girl's eyes and the girl looks at your eyes. And minutes pass by, hours pass by. Finally, when mosquitoes bite only, it's already 1 hour. Then your eyes get unlocked. But after marriage, your eyes are permanently unlocked. No need of mosquitoes. So here, when this Kurugai Kavalappan closes his eyes are locked with the eyes of Krishna, Shyam Sundara. So they look at each other. They enjoy each other for hours together. And when this Alavandar came, he was deep in meditation. So he did not want to disturb Kurugai Kavalappan. So what he did, he very silently went behind Kurugai Kavalappan and sat there behind, so that he will not be disturbed in his meditation. But as soon as Alavandar sat behind, immediately Kurugai Kavalappan opened his eyes. He woke up from his meditation. And then he immediately asked who is there behind me. Now, how did he know someone had come and sat behind him? He was deep in meditation. He did not make any noise. So this Alavandar was surprised. You are so deep in meditation. How could you understand my presence? Then Kurgai Kavalappan said, whenever I am in meditation, I will be looking at Krishna, Krishna will be looking at me. Even if Lakshmi Devi calls Krishna for breakfast, he will not look away. Even if she has made a wonderful feast, idli, sambar, dosa, this and that, he is not worried. He will keep looking at Kurgai Kavalappan. But today, eyes looked behind me. Then I understood someone very dear to him has. So that is how the devotees are so dear to Krishna. Now the point is, who is Nityananda Ram? But before that we have to ask the question, who is Krishna? If someone asks you, who is Krishna? What will you answer? Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadir Adir Govinda Sarvakarana. Now who is Balaram? From where did Balaram come? Balaram came from Krishna. So once Prabhupada was asked this question, what is the difference between Krishna and Balarama? You know what Prabhupada answered? Balarama is white Krishna and Krishna is black Balarama. That is the only difference. So from Krishna came Balarama, from Balarama came Sankarshana, from Sankarshana came the other Chaturvyuhamurti, Sankarshana, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva. From Sankarshana again came Karanodakashayi Vishnu. From Karanodakashayi Vishnu came Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. From Garbhodakashayi Vishnu came Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. From Kshirodakashayi Vishnu came Anantasesha. Like that it goes on and on and on. Now, let's go back to Krishna and Balarama. Krishna appeared in Kali Yuga to spread the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Balarama appeared in Kali Yuga again to support Krishna to spread the holy names as Nityananda Prabhu. So now someone asks, who is Nityananda? What will you say? Nityananda is none other than Balarama. But then our ācāryas, they always say, you be a servant of Nityananda Ram. You always pray to Nityananda Ram. They don't give so much of prominence to Balarama when compared to Nityananda Ram. Why is it so? Because he is very merciful. He is Karnavatar. Krishna's Karnavatar is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Balram's Karnavatar is Nityananda Prabhu. And it is mentioned by the ācāryas that Nityananda Prabhu is more merciful than even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like when Balarama was in Kurukshetra, the war was declared between Pandavas and Kauravas. Balarama said, I don't want to fight in this war. You know why? He's a great fighter. Two of his prominent disciples are fighting in that war. Who are the prominent disciples of Balarama? Duryodhana and Bhimasena. So as a guru, he should be interested to see how at least his disciples are fighting. But he said, I don't want to take part in this war. I am going on a pilgrimage. You know why he did not want to take part in the war? Because he said, as long as Krishna is there, he will always do some golmaal. It is not going to be a righteous war. He will do something or other so that his devotees will win. I don't want to see all these things. I am a straightforward person. But Krishna is a bend person. How many times he is bent? 3 times, not only once. 3 times he is bent. Shyamam Tribhanga Lalita. Isn't it? So, if Krishna is there, I don't want to take part in this war. Then someone said, Krishna is not fighting. He will not take weapon. He is just a charioteer. That is enough. Even if he is there within 10-kilometer radius of Kurukshetra, he will do some golmaal. Because he is such a Bhakta Vatsala. Somehow he will make his devotees. So, Balarama, he did not fight the war. He said, I don't want to take part in this killing. But then what he did, he went on a pilgrimage and on the way he killed one person called Romaharshana Sutta. You know that? He killed him. He was supposed to go for a pilgrimage. Have you heard of any devotee coming and saying, I went for a successful pilgrimage to Vrindavan, I killed 2 people and came. The whole pilgrimage was very successful. No, you are not supposed to kill. What to speak of killing? You are not supposed to become angry even. But Balarama became angry even on a pilgrimage. Now come back to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Has Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ever become angry? Yes. Once. When did he become angry? When Jagai and Madhai, to be very specific, when Madhai hit Nityananda Prabhu on his forehead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very angry. That was the only time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became so angry. But if you look at the history of Nityananda Ram, has he ever become angry? No. Even Karunavatar, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has become angry. But Nityananda Prabhu never became angry. He is always very, 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 very merciful. Even if someone hits him, he will show him mercy. So that is why our ācāryas say, always pray to Nityananda Ram. And another reason why we should pray to Nityananda Ram is, he is Guru Tattva. He only gives us the Guru, the spiritual master. Without the mercy of Nityananda Ram, we cannot have the mercy of Guru. Again, there is a parallel in other Vaishnava Sampradaya. Ramanujacharya initially was studying under a Guru. His name was Yadava Prakasha. So many times Ramanujacharya gave wonderful explanations of the Shastras when compared to his Guru. So his Guru became very jealous. He thought, if this boy is going to be here, nobody will accept me as my Guru. He is far more intelligent and learned than me. So somehow I should kill him. Who thought? This Yadava Prakasha thought. So what he did, he invited Ramanujacharya for a katha. So Ramanujacharya was very happy because he can go to Kashi, he can take bath in Ganga Maya. So he said, I will come. And in that trip, there were so many other disciples, and there was another disciple called Govinda. He is the cousin of Ramanujacharya. So he was also there. But Govinda somehow came to understand that Ramanujacharya was invited for this trip so that he can be killed. The plan was, when they will all take bath in Ganga, they will all dip Ramanujacharya inside Ganga and make him suffocate and kill him. And to the public they will say, he drowned in Ganga. That was the plan. So Govinda said, this is why you are invited. Somehow you escape. So by that time, they have already reached a forest area near the Vindhya mountain. So in the night, Ramanujacharya left. that party. And then morning, when everyone woke up, Ramanujacharya was missing. So they all asked, where is Ramanujacharya? Then this Govinda said, yesterday evening we went to collect some berries in the forest and one tiger attacked Ramanujacharya and carried him away into the forest. So they all became happy. Ramanujacharya is gone. But meanwhile, Ramanujacharya walked into the forest. He walked into the dense forest. He doesn't know how to come out of the forest. He's stuck. And he's very thirsty, hungry. And when he was looking around, he saw a tribal couple, a husband and wife. They said, why are you in this middle of the forest? It's a dangerous forest. Lot of wild animals. You should get out of this forest. He said, Ramanujacharya said, I don't know the way out. Don't worry. Then Ramanujacharya said, I'm very thirsty. Do you have some water? Then this couple took him towards a well in the forest. And he is surprised. How come there is a big well inside a dense forest? And they drew very sweet water from that well and gave it to Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya drank the water. It was so nectarian. And not only was his thirst gone, his hunger was also gone. And he immediately took rest under a tree and he fell asleep. And when he woke up in the morning, the elderly couple, the tribal couple, they have disappeared. And then he went ahead for some time and he immediately reached a town. And he asked someone, where am I? They said, you are in Kanchipura. In the night, he slept in a dense forest near Vindhya mountain. In the morning when he woke up, he is in Kanchipura. How come? Who were that couple? They were actually Varadaraja Perumal and Perundevi Tayar. They personally came and took Ramanujacharya to Kanchipura. Anyway, Ramanujacharya is there, then years rolled by, and meanwhile this Govinda, he went to Kashi. And there when he was dipping in Ganga Maya, he came up and he was taking some water in his hand, Ganga water, for doing some oblations, and within his hand came a Shivalinga. So his guru said, you are actually blessed by Shiva. So now what you do, you go to Kalahasti and serve there in the Kalahasti temple, and he sent him to Kalahasti. Who? Govinda. Govinda is actually a devotee of Krishna. But this guru said, no, since you got Shivalinga, you should serve Shiva, and he was sent to Kalahasti. So he was there and was nicely serving in Kalahasti. Everybody liked him. Many years passed by and Ramanujacharya thought, I should somehow bring Govinda to the service of the Lord. He is in Srirangam. He is supposed to serve Ranganatha Swami. He is now in Kalahasti all alone. So what he did, he went and asked his uncle, Periya Thirumalai Nambi, you please preach to him and bring him to my abode. So Periya Thirumalai Nambi went and preached to him and he said, you are supposed to serve Ranganatha Swami. Why don't you come with me? And then he was about to take him. All the people in that area, they all stopped him. How can you take him? He is doing nice seva in the temple. We will not allow him to go. Then that night, in the main pujari's dream, Lord Shiva came and said, who are you to stop Ranganatha's bhakta? He is supposed to serve Ranganatha Swami. Don't dare to stop him. If you stop him, I will nicely teach you a lesson. Then Lord Shiva came and nicely scolded him. So the next day the pujari said, you can take him, and he was taken to Periya Thirumalai Nambi's place. And then afterwards, Ramanujacharya came to Periya Thirumalai Nambi's place. And Periya Thirumalai Nambi was very, very happy to receive Ramanujacharya. He was a sannyasi. So he fed him prasādam. Then when he was about to leave, Periya Thirumalai Nambi asked, what can I give you in dhanam? Then Ramanujacharya said, please give me Govinda as dhanam. So he was very happy. Govinda was given to Ramanujacharya. And finally Govinda came to Ranganatha Swami and he took initiation from Ramanujacharya. So now why I told you this story is the importance of Nityananda Ram. Who is actually Ramanujacharya is the incarnation of Lakshmana. Who is Lakshmana is actually an expansion of Balarama. So since Balarama is the Guru Tattva, he makes sure that he gets a proper Guru. So if we need to get the mercy of Guru Tattva, then also we need to go and beg the mercy of who? Nityananda Ram. So Nityananda Ram was born in a place called Ekachakra Dham. It is around 150 kilometers away from Mayapur. How many of you have gone to Ekachakra Dham? No. How many of you have gone to Mayapur? Yes. So next time when you go for Mayapur trip, make sure that you also visit Ekachakra Dham. So he was born as the eldest son of Padmavati Maya and who is the father of Hadai Oja, Hadai Pandit. He was born as the eldest son of Hadai Oja and Padmavati Devi. And even when he was very young, he was very much devoted to the Lord. He was a great devotee. When he grew up, one sannyasi came and asked his father, please give Nitai to me. And since the sannyasi is asking, his father gave him, and Nityananda Prabhu went with that sannyasi for pilgrimage. So anyway, there are so many pastimes that happened, and Nityananda Prabhu's pastimes are actually mentioned in a wonderful book called Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. You have heard about Chaitanya Charitamrita? Yes, but there is another wonderful book called Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam. You know who has written that book? Vrindavan Das Thakur. Vrindavan Das Thakur. Actually, it is mentioned that Bhagavad Gita is the preliminary book that we have to study. Bhagavad Gita ends with what? What is the ending note of Bhagavad Gita? Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayashyami ma shuddha. So if you nicely understand Bhagavad Gita, what should you do? You should surrender to Krishna. Okay, I surrendered to Krishna. Now what is the next step? From there, Bhagavatam takes on. So Bhagavatam begins with surrender and takes you to the end of Bhagavatam. And what is the end note of Bhagavatam? Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkashamanas Tannamami Harim Param. The last shloka of Bhagavatam says Harinam Sankirtan is the topmost. So Bhagavad Gita took you to surrender of Krishna. Then Bhagavatam took you from surrender to holy name. Now when you start chanting holy name, what will you get? So Chaitanya Charitamrita takes you from there. Chaitanya Charitamrita starts with the holy name and gives you Krishna prema. So that is what is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So Vrindavan Das Thakur is considered as an incarnation of Vyasadeva. There is an interesting pastime how Vrindavan Das Thakur appeared. Vrindavan Das Thakur's mother's name is Narayani Devi. So when she was around 4 years old, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited her home. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was given a feast, and after feast, normally in those days, they will give tambula. You know what is tambula? Betel nut, isn't it? So tambula is given. So this child, this girl, she was 4 years old, she was playing near Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was chewing on this tambula, and this girl thought this is some sweet. It is reddish, very colorful. So she asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, give tambula. So, but by that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has already put the tambula in his mouth and he was chewing. So this child was asking. So you know what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did? He took one piece of tambula and put it in the mouth of this child. And this child was very happy. And this 4-year-old child started chanting, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. So everyone was surprised. How come this child started chanting? How? Because he got the Uchishta, she got the Uchishta of Mahaprabhu. So it is mentioned in the scriptures that three things are very powerful. If you get it, you should immediately not grab it. Don't miss a chance. What are those three things? Bhakta Pada Renu, the dust from the lotus feet of devotees. Bhakta Pada Jal, the water that is washed the lotus feet of devotees. And the third thing is Bhakta Bhukta Avasesha, the remnants of prasadam of the devotees. That is why someone said, when you simply cook rice, it is sadam. You know, in Tamil they call it sadam. When you offer it to Krishna, it becomes prasadam. So you people, do you eat sadam or prasadam? Some days sadam, no? But every day we should eat prasadam. But when a devotee honors that prasadam, then it becomes Mahaprasadam. Isn't it? So that is very powerful. So since this child got this Mahaprasadam from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, she became very blissful, and later on she gave birth to Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is the incarnation of Vyasa. So anyway, Nityananda Prabhu is very merciful, and Nityananda Prabhu is Balarama, and when Balarama incarnated, his eternal consorts, who are the wives of Balarama? Do you know the name of the wives of Balarama? Who are the prominent wives of Krishna? Rukmini and Satyabhama. See, there is one very beautiful temple, I think around some near Srirangapatna. It is called Panjalakshmi Sthala. Panjalakshmi Sthala. How many of you have visited that place? You have visited, no? Panjalakshmi Sthala. There is a beautiful temple there. And why it is known as Panjalakshmi Sthala is, there in one single temple, 5 Lakshmis are there. The first Lakshmi is 2 Lakshmis. There is Venugopala Murthy surrounded by Rukmini and Satyabhama. Then there is Lakshmi Narasimha. Then there is Bhudevi. Then there is Sridevi. So how many Lakshmis? 5 Lakshmis. And near that Panjalakshmi Sthala, there is another very important temple called Yoga Narasimha temple. The importance of that temple is, there is a very special well in that temple. Have you heard about that Yoga Narasimha temple? That special well? The speciality of that well is, if you enter that well, you can go to Nagaloka. The well is connected to Nagaloka. How many of you want to go to Nagaloka? Nobody wants. Just jump into the well. No air ticket, no visa, nothing. You are very comfortable in Medahalli. Janma Janma, I want to be here only. Born again and again in Medahalli. So, anyway, Nityananda Ram has got 2 consorts. They are actually incarnation of Varuni Devi and Revati Devi. They are the 2 wives of Balarama. Balarama has got 2 wives, Varuni and Revati. You can see the deity of Revati Devi in a temple in Vrindavan. Which temple? There is a temple called Dauji Mandir. How many of you have visited Dauji Mandir? Krishna Kannaiya, Dauji Ka Bhaiya. You heard that song? Krishna Kannaiya, Dauji Ka Bhaiya. Dauji is Balarama. So there, behind Balarama, this Revati Devi's deity is there. So anyway, so when Nityananda Prabhu came, this Varuni Devi and Revati Devi also descended. Varuni Devi, she came as Janava Mata, and Revati Devi, she came as Vasudha. So, already Nityananda Prabhu married Janava Mata. So, the Vasudha Mata, she also wants to marry Nityananda Prabhu. But Nityananda Prabhu is not caring for her. So, one day Nityananda Prabhu came to her house, and Varuni Mata or Vasudha Devi was serving prasādam to Nityananda Prabhu. So in Bengal and all, there is a custom. Whenever men are there, ladies, what they do, they'll put this gungat. You know what is gungat? That wheel on their head. So this Vasudha Devi was serving. She was holding one vessel in her left hand, and with her right hand she was serving prasādam on the plate of Nityananda Prabhu. So at that time what happened? The gungat fell away. Fell to her shoulders. Now what she can do now? Both her hands are engaged. So she cannot stop serving Nityananda Prabhu. But at the same time she should cover her head also. So Nityananda Prabhu is watching. What is this? No gungat on her. And she is standing there. So it's an awkward situation. Then suddenly what happened, two more hands sprang forth from her body, and those two hands covered the gungat. It disappeared, and she started serving again. And Nityananda Prabhu was surprised. What? Suddenly two more hands came and they disappeared. Then he understood she is not a normal lady. She is none other than my eternal consort. And then he married her also. So like this, there are so many pastimes happening with Nityananda Prabhu. Anyway, it's a very important day. Nityananda Prabhu is the most merciful person, and he is very, very, very merciful today. Why? Because today is his birthday, appearance day. Normally on birthdays, they become more merciful, and it is said that Nityananda Prabhu doesn't consider who is eligible and who is not eligible. Why? Because he is always drunk. Have you seen drunk people, how they behave? When they drunk, they become very charitable. Come, take money. They will immediately give money. They will give everything. They become suddenly karnas. So, Nityananda Prabhu is also drunk. What he is drunk? He is, in the scriptures it is said, premonmatta. He is fully drunk with the Krishna prem. So he is always unmatta. So he doesn't know who is eligible, who is not eligible. So when you go and ask Nityananda Prabhu, please give me some Krishna prem, Krishna bhakti, he will immediately give. We are actually not well eligible. We are not even chanting our rounds properly. Even in the class, half the class we are sleeping and listening. And the last 10 minutes we are thinking when they will serve the prasādam. But even then, Nityananda Prabhu will give mercy because he is very, very, very merciful. He is drunk with the Krishna prem. So today, you very sincerely pray to Nityananda Prabhu and say, I am not at all eligible to get Krishna prem. I have so many faults, but since you are so very merciful, please overlook all my faults and give me a drop of Krishna. How many of you want to pray like that today? So please pray. Thank you. Jai Shri Nityananda Ram ki. Jai Shri Nityananda Trayodasi Mahamahotsav ki. Jai Shri Prabhupāda ki. Gaur Sitanath Premanande. Hare Krishna. Altar dana. Hare Krishna, there is one very important announcement. Here in the Medahalli Center, you must have noticed, now we have got a new premise. Earlier we had only one premise. Now the premise has expanded. Just like Nityananda Prabhu expanded from Balaram, we have also expanded. So we want to have a wonderful altar so that we can nicely worship our deities here. So the work of altar is going on. It is going to be a very beautiful altar made of wood. It is already displayed on the TV screen. It is going to be something like that, little more ornamented and beautiful than this. So this is a wonderful chance. Altars are made only once. You don't make altars every day, isn't it? So it's a wonderful chance, an opportunity for you devotees to serve the Lord. So you can contribute to the making of this altar. It's a permanent offering to the Lord. The Lord is going to permanently sit there. So it's a wonderful opportunity to get the blessings of the Lord. A very special seva. This seva doesn't come quite often. So please grab this opportunity. So today is Nityananda Trayodasi. Please Nityananda Mahaprabhu, by taking a sankalpa that whatever I can, I will offer to make for your altar. So please, when you pray for Krishna Prem, you also make this sankalpa so that Nityananda Mahaprabhu will be very, very pleased with you. Okay? So please keep this in mind when you pray. Take some sankalpa, whatever you can offer. Please offer. Okay? Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.